Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. It's that time of the year, playoff time. Here we are, Baynard Stadium, the Division II playoffs first round matchup. The number 1 seed in the whole thing right here, the DMA Seahawks taking on the number 8 seed, the Delmar Wildcats. Both teams coming in 9-1, and we're underway. This is Karan Aline. He's got a little seam, and he gets it close to the 40-yard line. And Jason, that's my partner tonight, Jason Winchell. I'm back here, Annie's. This has got everything that you're looking for in a high school playoff football game.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And we're so excited to be here tonight. It's gonna be just a great game tonight, Pat. Both teams come in 9-1.
Mm-hmm.
Difference is Delmar is coming in with their third-string quarterback tonight.
That is huge. It's a huge thing right now.
It's a huge thing to remember. And the kid's a freshman. So that's going to be interesting when Delmar comes on the offense. We'll talk about that. But right now, DMA has the ball.
And they give it right to Aline. You're going to get used to hearing that name tonight. Karan Aline. He's Mr. Everything for DMA. And his first carry of the night goes for no gain. Delmar's going to have to contain him if they want to pull off the upset.
Yep. That's the whole purpose of them. They're going to have to take care of that.
So here we go. 2nd down and 10. The Seahawks come to the line of scrimmage. Aline in the backfield. This is going to be Fitzpatrick. I'm going to tell you it's Fitzpatrick around there, or Fitzgerald, I'm sorry, around the outside, and he's going to be sacked in the backfield for a loss. So far, so good for Delmar. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and long for the Seahawks.
Yes. That's exactly what you want to do as the defense. You want to take care of it, and there they do, and they bring them into 3rd and, what, about 13, 14?
3rd down and about 13 for the DMA Seahawks. It's a great night here tonight. We're going to be joined later in this one by Caitlin Ferry, her introduction to 302 Sports. She'll be on the sideline for us. This is Aline again on the carry. He's got a little bit of a hole and picks up about 10 on the play and brings up, or maybe a little less, maybe about 8. It's going to bring up a 4th down and about 4.5. And if you're Delmar, you're happy with that.
Yes, you are.
3 and out.
Yep.
This is early and often in this one, Jason. We jumped right into things.
And Delmar, who takes the long trip up, Pat, from your days at St. E's, that's a long trip. They come up and they get the 3 and out, and I couldn't be happier the job by their defense there.
Here's the punt. It's going to go to number 33, Trey Parsons, who's going to watch it bounce inside the 25-yard line, and it'll be down at about the 23. That's where the Wildcats will take over. And now, Jason, this is an offense that's kind of interesting to watch, the Delmar Wildcats. They have kind of a little bit of a tricky backfield type motion. They like to run a lot of, at least they used to, run a lot of misdirection and try to get you off guard with their running style. Kind of an old-school football style here.
Yep. And their quarterback is freshman Trader, I believe, Dante Trader.
Number 6 is Dante Trader, the freshman.
He's the 3rd-string quarterback. He came in last week in the Woodbridge game and led Delmar to the victory over Woodbridge.
They go right away to the fullback dive, and it's stuffed by the Seahawks. That is number 34, Brooks Parker, the senior on the carry. And he is stuffed in the backfield. I believe that was number 42, Nicholas Renaud.
Yeah, and good job by DMA there, because Brooks Parker, he was our 302 Sports Athlete of the Week the one time. So he is a great player. He can rush. You have to be ready. Like you said, Delmar has a 3-headed monster in the backfield.
Yes.
And so it's not an easy job to prepare for this Delmar team.
This is number 12, Tayshawn Denard on the carry, and he's dropped in the backfield. Defense, something to keep an eye on here early. It's been a little bit of dominant. Number 75, T.J. Thomas. Formerly, he was on the 302 Sports Weekly show a couple weeks ago. He comes up with a stop.
And you know what he does? He's DMA has the advantage in size.
Yeah, Thomas, 6'5", 290, plugging the middle right there. It's going to be tough to run inside. It'll be interesting to see what Delmar does here on 3rd down and about 10.5, the I formation. They give it to, that is Denard once again on the carry.
I believe it's a fumble.
The ball might have come loose here. DMA says they have it. Let's see what the officials say. And they're going to say it's going to be, I believe it's still going to be,
DMA.
DMA football.
DMA football.
Karan Aline.
Aline does it all for this DMA team, and there he recovers the fumble. And that's big. Anytime you can get a turnover in these playoff games, Pat, that's huge.
No, you're exactly right, Jason. And there's something about this stadium. When you come in here with a playoff atmosphere, there's just a feeling in the air. Everybody's excited, and Delmar travels well. I mean, that's a town right there that shuts down for their football.
Yes.
And they've traveled well up here, upstate. They're almost the furthest most team in the state, I believe. They're right on the border.
Yes, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hence the name. They give it right to Aline on the counter play. He makes one cut, looks to make something happen. He's going to get a good first down gain there of about 5 yards.
Yeah, that's huge because the first time they had the ball, they couldn't get much on the ground. And we're going to see a lot of Aline tonight.
Yes, you are, and you're going to see a two-quarterback system. Amateus Fitzgerald, the senior, in there right now, number 12. And you're going to see Joseph Deal, a sophomore, come in every now and then, number 7. So keep an eye. That's something that
it's one advantage you can have.
Here comes the motion man. Fitzgerald gives it to Aline again on the counter. He makes one cut. He's going to get the first down. Takes the ball to about the 20-yard line. And DMA's in business right now. Into the red zone they march.
Yes. And that's huge. Big first down after the turnover.
Turnovers, Jay.
Yep.
They're very similar to a leadoff walk in baseball.
Yep.
They almost always seem to turn into scoring opportunities for the other team.
Yeah. So big first down here for DMA, and they are marching like Pat said.
DMA trips to the near side with a tight end to the far side to lean in the backfield. They give it to him. He goes right up the gut, and he gets a really good first down yardage as he pushes the pile forward, and he's close to first down yardage there.
Yeah, nice job there. And we said DMA has the size advantage, and there the offensive linemen were pushing him far, so he gets 9 on the play.
Second down and 1 here for the Seahawks as they're just outside the 10-yard line at about the 13. Fitzgerald in the backfield with Aline. He gives it to him on the counter, makes one cut, gets the first down, and still charges his way down close to the 5-yard line. DMA is in. They're in pretty good shape right now. First and goal coming for the Seahawks.
Yeah.
And Delmar looks like they're in a little bit of a shock right now. DMA going fast. I mean, they're still sending Fitzgerald to the sideline, but they're getting the plays in fast.
Yeah, they are.
Playing with tempo.
Good job by DMA. And like you said, they want to make them pay after the turnover. You always want to convert these turnovers into points, Pat.
So here we go. Double tight end, or actually one tight end and a wing to the near side with the trips. They give it to who else? Karan Aline bounces it outside, makes a cut up the middle. What a move! And he's in for the touchdown. Early and often for Karan Aline. What a move by the young man.
Like you said, what a move. He was stopped in the backfield. They had that play blown up, and he just made the guy miss and takes it to the house. And DMA is on the board first.
The junior making the first man miss and just finding a way to get into the end zone. Good start for DMA. After a 3-and-out, they force a turnover and push the ball right down Delmar's throat to open the scoring up in this one.
Yes, a very nice job by this DMA team. Like you said, you want to make the turnovers pay.
Here comes the extra point, and it is going to be good by number 33, Matthew Drasia. 7-0.
There you go.
DMA goes on top to start this one off here, Jay.
Yep, 7-0. What a job by Aline there. He recovered the fumble. And handoff, and he's in the end zone and gets the Seahawks on the board here playing at the top seed. And we mentioned on the show, this does not look like a 1 versus 8 matchup here on paper.
No way.
Yeah.
Both teams 9-1, and Delmar
won the South.
Like I've said in the past, they're a well-coached team. They have been for years now, and they will not back down.
No,
they will fight into the end, and they're sneaky good. They're a team that, most years doesn't really jump off at you. They don't jump off the paper at you. They don't come around with amazing athletes, but they're just a really well-rounded program.
Yes, they are.
And this year is no different. They got to find an answer now, down early in this one.
Yeah, and you come on the road. Like I said, I keep on harking on it, but it's a long trip. It's not easy.
It's not.
You got to get it. Normally it takes you a quarter to get your footing in. So they don't want to get too far down here. So this is an important drive, I think, for Delmar.
Of course, Delmar standing for Delaware, Maryland. They're right on that border.
Right.
Hence the name. So they have come a long way, about an hour and 20-minute bus ride for them. Here they go, and DMA swallowing the return there. That was Trey Parsons. Not much doing there. I believe that was number 19, Luigi Oranzio. What a name.
There you go.
Luigi with the stop. So here we go, Delmar taking over 1st and 10, 29-yard line. Let's see what they got as an answer here. 6:12 remaining in the opening quarter. This is fun. It's been fast-paced.
Yep, and this is what
and nonstop.
Kind of like we expected. These are two of the quickest teams in the state of Delaware playing here tonight.
Here's the Delaware backs right here, and they give it off. That's number 33 on the carry there, Trey Parsons. Not much doing. Actually, that was 34. I apologize, Brooks Parker. You're going to see a steady dose of him in this one.
Yes, you will.
He fights forward, turns what would have been a no gain into a 1-yard gain after bouncing off an offensive lineman.
Yeah, DMA is doing a good job against this run up the middle. And like you said, you'll see a lot of misdirection, handoff up the middle. It's a hard offense to stop.
What you're going to have to watch for is they'll hit you with dive, and then they'll run like a counter play where the wing back to the far side will come and take a handoff, faking the dive, and it's almost like a reverse. You got to keep an eye on that from Delmar.
Yep.
Now they're in their shotgun set, and their whistles will blow, and there's a timeout right there by the Wildcats. They need to talk things over. Sensing the urgency early in this one, Jason.
Yes, they are, and that's a good job by DMA. I mean, their defense has been great, but like you said, they have to be careful because Delmar will run fullback dive, and then hit you with that misdirection play.
The misdirection. That's something they ran nonstop when I was in high school. And they were a team that, I really don't want to hark back to when I was in high school because it was so long ago now. We're talking 6 years, 7 years, but they were sneaky good. I mean, they were a team that wasn't supposed to be dominant. Of course, Laurel was supposed to be good back then, but they found their way winning games. And I think their offense has something to do with it.
Absolutely.
Here they go with the split backs. There's a rollout pass, and it's going to be completed for a short gain. That pass was completed to number 32, Carson Phillips. About 2-yard gain, bringing up a 3rd and 7 for Delmar.
Yeah, and a good job by the Seahawks defense there. He made the tackle as soon as he caught the ball. Didn't give up much yardage on the play, and that's a good thing. But that's a good, smart play to have your freshman quarterback throw a nice short pass. Just gain his confidence, Pat.
Oh, no doubt there, Jay. And let's see what Delmar comes up with. 3rd and 7. I formation for them. They give it on the misdirection, and it's mishandled in the backfield, and that's going to be a sack there for DMA. The broken play goes awry, and Dante Trader is dropped in the backfield.
Yeah, like you said, it was all part of it. It seemed like they had trouble getting a handoff exchange, and DMA was all over that. And
Edmonds on the tackle.
Big play there,
and what it is there, you saw a dive, and then they come back with that misdirection play. It was just a bobbled handoff. Not sure how much they would have gotten on the play, but that's a trademark at Delmar.
And if you're Delmar, you do not want to punt at the number 1, Pat.
And you see a lean back there. You're right, Jason. Let's see what they do. They go right for the out of bounds, but he kind of mishits it, and that one's going to stay in bounds.
Good roll, too.
That was a great roll. Aline will not take any chances, and Delmar will down the ball inside the 35, and that's where actually it's going to go. Yeah, let's see. Let's see where they put it. They said it was touched at the 37-yard line, and that's where DMA will take over.
Seahawks will take over.
But
they almost got that punt, Pat. I think they were he was trying to misdirect, so wanted to get to Aline, and he almost had a block by DMA, but he gets a good roll and a decent-sized punt there.
Just under 4 minutes to play in the opening quarter. DMA can kind of put their foot on the throat of Delmar early in this one. If they can march it down the field, because Delmar has not been able to do anything offensively.
Now, a fumble on its first possession and 3 and out on the second possession, and we're going to have a timeout DMA here.
Coach Ryan's going to want to talk it over, and, Jay, this has kind of been what we expected here early on.
Yeah, absolutely. I always feel that, and you played in playoff games, so you probably have it better than me, but it always seems in a playoff game, the first quarter is like the filling out process.
You're exactly right.
Of the game.
It is.
You have to you're trying to fill each other out, and if you're DMA and you get this momentum early, take advantage of it, get a couple touchdowns on the board, and take that lead until Delmar gets his feet underneath them. And so I'm sure Coach Ryan's happy with the start, but I'm sure he wants more.
It's you can come out with one of two ways. You can either come out doing the feeling out process, like you said, Jason, or you can come out and try to assert yourself early by taking shots. And you've seen it a couple times throughout the years where, teams will either come out and play it safe or they'll come out and take, big-time chances. Right now, both teams kind of playing it safe. Here they go with Karan Aline up the middle. Not much doing there. And no gain on the play, tackle made by number 33, Trey Parsons.
Yeah, we mentioned Parsons' name a lot tonight. Nice job there. And if you're Delmar, you'll take that. If you can stop Aline for a no gain or not much of a gain, then you're doing a good job.
It's pretty simple against DMA. You got to stop number one. Make the other guys beat you on the DMA team. Easier said than done,
yes,
of course. Here's Aline again. This is going to be a short gain for him as Delmar swallows him up after about a 2.5-yard gain. It's tough to stop Aline, especially with the big man up front for DMA.
Yeah, that's the one thing they have where they have the advantage tonight is on the line. Bigger and stronger up front. So they're going to have to use that to their advantage.
So third down and about 6.5 for DMA, and they kind of got 2 men in the backfield here. And I believe this is Deal taking the snap and looking to throw. He's got a man, and it's intercepted. Nice play right there on the interception, and look at the return here.
By Trader.
That's Trader, the quarterback. He takes it back to midfield. The young freshman making a play on defense.
There you go.
Deal threw that one up for grabs. The intended receiver on the play was Nicholas Hertzfeld, and that was just a really nice play there by Trader on an underthrown football, going up and high-pointing that football.
Yes, he did, and he went and got it up. Looked like the receiver had a little separation there, and Trader, like you said, he went up and got the football at his highest point, and then he brings it down and showed his quarterback ability, brought him down and got a nice return. And so now Delmar gets their turnover. Let's see if they can make points out of it.
Oh, man, it's down. It looked like that was going to be a down option play. The fullback fell down, and Trader is trying to make something out of nothing, and it's not going to happen. About no gain on the play. I was about to say, Trader forces the turnover.
Yeah.
Let's see how they respond now. See if it gives them some juice to get going.
Yeah. And that, like you said, I think that play was once the fullback fell down, it kind of was a busted play. Nice job by Trader. At least almost got back to the line of scrimmage.
So here they go, I formation. Here they go with the halfback dive play there by number 12, Tayshawn Denard, and there's nothing doing on that one. Aline coming up from a safety position to drop Denard after about maybe a half-a-yard gain. We'll call it third down and a long 9 for Delmar.
About as long 9 as you could get. And they're doing a great job here on their ground game. Big third down play here.
Here we go. This is an interesting backfield you see here, and there's a play-action pass. Trader looking to throw and finding his intended target. What a find there. He finds number 88, Zachary Covington, the sophomore, who takes about a gain of 20 on the play, takes the ball down to the 30-yard line, and now Delmar finds himself with their first big play of the game for them.
Yeah, and what a throw by the freshman on the run, and he
Yes.
delivered it right on the money, Pat. Great play there by Trader. And a big third down conversion on third and long.
So now Delmar trying to throw the old counter punch in this one. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. Maybe the freshman's starting to settle in. He bobbles it, and that ball's loose, and it's picked up by Aline, and look out. Makes one man miss. He's kind of caught up in the mess, but DMA again comes up with a turnover.
Yeah, that's a big turnover in this game as Delmar was on the move, and they get the turnover.
So we're going to send this one down to Caitlin Ferry, our sideline reporter for this one. Take it away, Kate.
7 points on the board. We got a sellout crowd right here right now, but it's looking good. Everyone's sticking out in the cold, but it's doing great down here. So looks like on my weather radar it's like 38 degrees, but I'm wearing like 6 layers. So yeah, you can only tell how cold it is right now. But we got the cheerleaders on DMA side looking really good right now, screaming really loud and cheering on. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Kate.
Thank you, Kate.
That's what we get here at 302 Sports. We're covering everything. Here's Aline. He's got space. Here he goes. Shot out of a cannon. And he's across midfield. Takes it down to about the 43. And Aline sets DMA up with the big play right there.
He's just a special kind of player. He got to the outside there, and he makes something out of nothing there. And now it's DMA in Delmar territory. This game can change on quickly in there.
It's exciting here. First quarter action. We're at 20 seconds to go until the end of the first. That one goes nowhere. That's Joe Gaddy on the carry. Maybe a 1-2 yard gain on the play for the Seahawks. And now you're looking at 2nd down and 9 for DMA. And there's going to be the end of the first quarter. So an action-packed first quarter in this one, Jason. 7-0, DMA on top in the opening round of the Division II state championship playoffs. So we're going to step aside here, Jay, real quick. Go to commercial break. We're going to come back with the second quarter of this one. You're watching 302 Sports.
Mr. Italian began his career in home finance in 2002 as a mortgage consultant. Since 2002, Brian has helped over 1,000 homebuyers achieve their dreams of owning a home. Brian's knowledge of current market conditions and his detailed evaluation of buyers' finances ensures that each buyer will receive the best mortgage to fit their needs. Brian is often commended on how efficient and effortless he makes the mortgage process for everyone from first-time homebuyers to investors to experienced buyers. For the loan that fits you, contact Brian today.
Welcome to Hooters. Have a seat wherever you like.
Hooters of Newark is located at 136 Astro Shopping Center, Newark, Delaware. Come in day or night to watch your favorite teams and sports on our many TVs. It's a great, fun-filled environment that is kid-friendly. Our craveable food menu has all the appetizers, burgers, salads, tacos, seafood, you name it, as well as our world-famous Hooters wings, which are the official wings of 302sports.com.
And we're back here, ladies and gentlemen, live at Baynard Stadium. And this thing, I mean, they don't stop here. DMA right away gives it to Aline in the second quarter, 7-0 your score. And he's going to get about 4 yards on the play up to the 40-yard line. This game is just as fast-paced as it could get. Is Chip Kelly out there on the sidelines?
I was just about to say. And there we saw the Wildcat.
We did. We saw the direct snap, and Aline picks up 4 yards, bringing up 3rd down and about 6 for DMA. Got some news for you. Goldie Beacom gotten some Delaware commitments there. Marshall Autry from Conrad, Dan Brown from, I believe that's Hodson, and Connor Meganson just got word from that. So congrats to those guys staying in state as Aline gets around the outside and picks up the 1st down.
Nice job there by Aline. Gets to the big 1st down, but yeah, that's great news, Pat, that these guys are staying local, at local college, you know, and that's great.
Oh,
And always at the end of our 302 Sports Weekly show, we mentioned about all the Delaware kids playing in colleges, and it's great. And it's good to keep them in state.
Without a doubt. And, of course, we will learn more from Goldie Beacom as we do their basketball games. And perhaps the baseball program will come on 302 Sports Weekly come the spring. But we're not there yet. We're talking playoff football. This is Fitzgerald on a carry. And, oh, boy, what a hit. I got to give credit where credit's due there. And number 73, Mason Lilly, comes up with a big-time hit.
And that's how you hit.
That's a form tackle.
Yeah.
I mean, that's about as textbook as it comes.
And I mentioned it here over the loudspeaker. That is a textbook tackle.
You know, they say you get maybe 4 or 5, form tackles a season.
Yes.
And that's about it. Everything else is on an angle. That was about as form tackle as you can get.
Absolutely.
Second down and about 8. Here goes Aline, squeaking his way through, if that's appropriate, finding his way to the 35-yard line. It's going to bring up a third down and short for DMA. This kid is slippery, Jay.
He is. It's like you don't see him go through the holes. The holes are tiny, and he just goes right through. Makes it third and short.
You know, we've made the comparison to Will Knight. He's the Will Knight of Division II. He does everything for his team. And I'm sorry, I mean, I think it's appropriate.
Yes, it is.
There's a bobbled handoff, but Deal holds on to it, saves possession for DMA, and actually gets back to the line of scrimmage, and it's going to bring up a decision for DMA here. Fourth down and short for the Seahawks. Fitzgerald coming in.
Yeah. Looks like a 4th and 4 here for DMA. And
They're going to go for it here, Jay.
25.
Watch the hard count.
Yep.
Watch the hard count here. And they don't go hard count. They said, you know what? Try and tackle number 1 here. And he picks up the first down without a doubt. Karan Aline finds a little bit of daylight.
Looked like he was shot out of a cannon there, Pat. He just accelerated quickly.
You don't think he understands
Yeah.
the importance of this game?
Absolutely. He's
I
like
mean-
he's like 4 yards. Let me get it as fast as I can.
And you know when a guy's going hard when he says, "Coach, I got to come out for a
Yep.
blow. I got to come out for a blow," because you very rarely see him come off the
no,
field.
You don't.
He's limping a little bit, so let's see. Maybe it's just the water and get the ankle walked off before he hops back in. Nonetheless, DMA gets a first down and 10 inside the 20-yard line. Fitzgerald on the carry. He's going to fight his way for about a yard or two.
Good job there by the Delmar defense. Good gang tackle in there.
It was Zach Covington, number 88 on the tackle. Maybe a 1-yard gain on the play for the Seahawks. Second down and about 9 at the 17-yard line.
Let's see if Aline checked back in.
He's on the sidelines
Still on the
right now, but
sideline,
right by head coach
Yep.
Ryan there.
Well, definitely 4-down territory here for the Seahawks.
So here we go. And whistles blow as this one's blown dead. Let's see what the call is here.
Yeah. I didn't see any laundry. Yep.
That's a delay of game against DMA.
Yeah.
Now, one thing to keep an eye on is that back judge. I know he's out of screen, so you're not really going to see him. But the quarterbacks and the coaching staff's got to pay attention to him back there. He will start moving his hand up and down. That's when you know you're down inside 5 seconds to go on the play clock. And you got to hurry up. So that kind of takes DMA back a little bit. Second down and 14, and Coach Ryan's going to want to talk this over. He's going to take a timeout and talk to his guys. We're at about a little over 8 minutes to go until halftime. This game is just flying by, Jason.
Yes, it is. And that's good timeout. Like you said, they just lost 5 yards. Brings up a second and long. So you want to get your team on the same page. Maybe it was a chance to get number 1 back into the game, too.
Well, you're exactly right about that, Jay. And, 2-score game right now is huge. Right now, you don't have much of a cushion. Delmar can erupt at any time. So this is a big possession right now for DMA.
Yes.
So we're going to see what Coach Ryan draws up right here as the Seahawks kind of in a bind, 2nd and 14.
And thank you for tuning in tonight.
Oh, of
First
course.
round of playoff game.
And if you can, switch over.
AI and
between
Howard.
us, AI Howard, I believe.
Started at 7 o'clock, I believe.
Vinny Pinella and
Nick
I think
Halliday.
Nick Halliday on the call over there.
And Nick Hall on the camera. We
So-
got so many Nicks.
We do. We got enough Knicks. I mean, I can't even. I don't even have a clever pun to say. So here we go. DMA. This is a lean in the backfield, taking a direct snap, going around the near side. He's got blocks. Look at him go. He's gonna get in. That's a touchdown. That's too easy right there for Karan Lean. Good luck catching that young man. And DMA goes up 2 scores in this one.
Now, like you said, he just got to the outside and he was gone. And if you're DMA, that's 2 Delmar turnovers and 13 points, possibly 14 off them.
It's like leadoff walks in
Yep.
baseball, Jay. I talked about it. You know, you walk the leadoff guy. He usually comes around to score. You turn the ball over, give a good team the ball in their side of the field. They're more than likely getting points out of it.
Yeah,
And that's what DMA's done in this one.
absolutely.
Now Delmar's in a bit of a danger zone right now as this one's blown dead. Down 2 scores, and there's going to be a penalty right now. It might be a neutral zone infraction against Delmar. Let's see what they call.
Yeah, we got dirty laundry on the field.
And
you're
it is.
absolutely right.
It's an encroachment. That means somebody was lined up over the nose of the football there before the snap. Because I don't think anyone jumped. It didn't look like anyone jumped. That had to be a lineup problem. And Lean is on the sideline right now, bobbing his head. He's in the zone right now.
Yeah, he is.
He's in the zone. I know you don't see it on camera, but he's looking at the crowd. He's talking to his teammates, his coaches. He's bobbing his head.
Yeah, he's having a big game here for the DMA team.
Hey, what else is new? The extra point is going to be off the clanker. He clanked it.
Yeah.
No good. And it's 13-0 DMA on top right now. Big play there, Jay.
Yeah.
And so far, it's been all DMA.
It has been, and the one turnover Delmar got, they turned the ball right back over as they were moving down the field. And now you put the freshman quarterback in a hole as he's now down 13 points here. And he's going to have to try and make something happen here.
One thing you've seen from Delmar now is there's been 2 or 3 now bobbled snaps, bobbled exchanges in the backfield between quarterback and running back. One has now led to a turnover and 6 points. It'll be interesting. They got to see. Delmar's got to clean that up if they want to stick in this game.
Right. And what a great crowd out here at Baynard Stadium tonight.
A fantastic crowd. I mean, there's really never a bad crowd in this place, especially come this time in November when so much is on the line. There's never a bad time to come out here and see a game.
Delmar brought up their marching band. They'll be performing at halftime.
That'll be interesting to see. Right now, it'll be interesting to see what Delmar has as an answer. They got 3 guys back deep. That's Caleb Steele, number 29. I believe that is number 32, Carson Phillips, and number 12, Tayshawn Denard. And there's going to be an offsides, I believe, against DMA. Someone jumped across the line before the ball was kicked, and they're pointing at a lean.
So be backs it up 5 yards.
That young man's running around like his head's on fire. He just wants to hit someone.
Yeah,
he's pumped up.
Well, he's done it all. He's recovered a fumble. He's scored twice.
The only thing he hasn't done so far is throw a pass, and I wouldn't put it past him to do it.
You're absolutely right.
At some point here. That adrenaline gets going, Jay,
Yep.
in situations like this. Sometimes, those little things happen.
Yeah. So in high school, they normally kick off at the 40. After the 5-yard penalty, it's back to the 35. 13-0 DMA leads here. Early stages of the second quarter. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, I'm Pat Gariani's joined here by Jason Winchell. We got Len Evans on the camera. Caitlin Ferry making her 302 Sports debut here on the sideline.
Yeah, doing a great job for us. We'll go back down to her in a few minutes.
So here we go. DMA set to kick off, and here's the boot. And this is actually number 24, Darkari Beasley coming around the sideline. He's got a seam. Look at him go. He's got a couple men to beat. Oh, boy, he could go. One man to beat, and they're going to stop him. What a play by Fitzgerald, the quarterback. Saves a touchdown. And Beasley maybe giving Delmar some life with that return, Jay.
Absolutely. What a great return. And like you said, good job by Fitzgerald of getting them down. But Delmar's in business here.
First down and 10 at the 16.
Yeah, in the red zone. And that's the spark they needed.
So
Their
here they
offense
go.
hasn't been giving it to them. They get it from the special teams.
Let's see how they answer. They got a Delaware backfield right here. And here's the play action pass, looking to throw and finding a guy, and he overshoots him. He had an open receiver. There's a penalty marker on the play, but Trader just missed him. This could be roughing the passer here, Jason.
Yeah.
And that's going to be half the distance to the goal if that is the penalty. Let's see. Just overshooting his intended target on the play was Trader. He had Covington wide open in the back of the end zone. And was that
yep.
roughing the passer
penalty? It looked like either a roughing the passer or some kind of personal foul. So I think it's roughing the passer.
Delmar coming right out, taking a shot after the big kick return.
And I like that
they
play
had a
call.
guy. They
yeah.
had him there.
I like that play call.
So this one's going to move the ball inside the 10-yard line. Delmar's in business here.
Yeah, it looks like it's
first down and 1 right now for Delmar after the penalty. They give it to the big fella there, Brooks Parker, and he's going to be close to first down yardage with forward progress. I think they may give it to him. It's going to depend on the spot.
Yeah, and the reason that it's a first and goal in high school, it's personal foul is not an automatic first down.
There's going to be, looks like there might be a measurement here.
Yeah.
That's not the YMCA you see the refs doing. That is, they're signaling for a measurement.
They're just going to call it first and goal.
And they do give them the first. No measurement there. They eyeballed it.
They don't like to bring the chains if they don't have to.
It's a cold night. You know, the chain gang needs to get the blood flowing a little bit, but, you know, they shook it off, and they're ready to rock. First and goal here for DMA, or for Delmar, I apologize, at the 6-yard line.
I've been saying that all night, too. It's too many Ds.
Here's the I formation for the Wildcats, and there's a penalty. That was going to be an old option pitch play, and it was open. Let's see what the penalty is.
The first quarter was a clean game. Second quarter, a bunch of penalties starting to pile up from both teams.
Let's see what they come with here. And that's going to be they signaled encroachment, but they pointed to Delmar. So maybe an offensive player was lined up in the neutral zone.
Maybe
there.
a receiver was lined up in front of the line of scrimmage.
And that could, I mean, that's the little nitpicky things that you like. I mean, as a coach, you always tell a guy, check with the official no matter whether you're on or off. Just go and check with him no matter what.
Yeah,
he'll line you up.
It doesn't hurt just to check with the official.
So now that pushes Delmar to a first and goal outside the 10-yard line. I formation. Trader with the pitch play. It was open to this side. They go to the far side and picks up about 6 or 7. That's Tishawn Denard on the carry.
Yeah, nice job. And there you saw the pitch play. And he gets positive yards. It's second and goal.
Second and goal to 5. Not a bad play there by Delmar, getting the penalty yardage back.
Right. Nicely done.
What a game so far, Jay.
Yes, it
We've
is.
Ticked to about halfway through the second quarter. This is Denard again, dragging defenders close to the goal line. And I think he's going to be a little bit short.
It's going to be about the half-yard line.
Third down and goal from about the half-yard line.
And this is the answer that Delmar wanted after falling down 13-0. They get the big kickoff return, and now they got third and goal from about the half-yard line, 1-yard line.
So here we go. Trader under center, split backfield, and that's an easy touchdown there for the big fella, number 34, Brooks Parker. He's done that a lot this season. And Delmar answers, getting on the board here, just under 6 to play.
Yep, and like you said, they make that special teams play count as they pound it home. They also were aided by the roughing the passer on the first play. Stevenson's in to attempt the extra point here for Delmar. No good.
So the answer right there by Delmar brings us to 13-6 on the scoreboard. 5:21 to go until halftime.
Kind of the game we expected, Pat. Both teams' offenses are good, and they both prove it. When they get in the red zone, they're going to convert it into touchdowns most times.
You're exactly right, and let's be honest, that was set up by the big kick return there by Dakari Beasley. Right now we're going to head down to our sideline reporter. Caitlin Ferry's going to talk about that answer by Delmar.
All right, guys, we're down here on the sideline. We got DMA 13 and we got Delmar 6. Looks like when Delmar had came over, they kind of stopped DMA's momentum just a little bit. It was a little shaky at right there, but looks like we're getting some good looks and some good plays and some good stops here. So hopefully they can start to get the momentum back up there. But it's looking good down here on the sideline. All right, back to you guys.
All right, and Kate's exactly right.
Yes.
It stopped the momentum of DMA there. They kind of took control of the game, and Delmar with the big answer. So here's the kickoff. Let's see. Aline's going to see if that goes out of bounds. It doesn't. He picks it up, and now watch the young man move. And he gets what he can get, gets to about the 35-yard line where he's pushed out of bounds.
And if you're Delmar, you're probably going, man, why didn't that go out of bounds?
Yeah.
Because, like you said, Elaine's a dangerous play, but they do a good job of knocking him out of bounds before he gets too far ahead.
And now DMA set up 1st and 10 at the 35. 13-6. They hold the 7-point lead. And Coach Ryan's going to talk to those guys. Just tell them, hey, guys, calm down.
Yep.
All right, we gave up a big play on the kick return. We're still up.
Yep.
There's no need to panic here. We're in control of this game.
Right, and remember, DMA got the ball first in this one, so Delmar will get it to start the second half. So if they can just get a good drive here, DMA, and maybe get a 2-score lead going into the intermission.
So here they go. Fitzgerald, the quarterback in the backfield. Gives it off to that young man, number 1, Karan Aline, who's thrown down in the backfield. What a play there. Carson Phillips, number 32, shoots the hole and brings down a very difficult man to bring down there.
Yeah. And he threw him down. He was not letting him get to the outside. He's like, you're not getting by me this time.
If there's one thing that Aline is not elite at, it's his size.
No.
He's only 160 pounds. And once Phillips got his hands on him, there was no breaking that tackle there.
No, it wasn't.
He thrives in space, Karan. That's where he thrives at. And they give it right back to him. And he bounces outside, breaks a few tackles, fights his way up for about a 6-yard gain. Not a bad answer there by Karan Aline and DMA.
Now, we mentioned he's not a big guy, but he does a good job of fighting for extra yards. And we've seen that tonight a lot of times already, and he does a good job of getting some extra yards on there.
And he does. He picks up 7 yards on that one, brings a 3rd and 4 for DMA. They're going to have tight end and receiver far side, receiver and wing to the near side. Aline in the backfield with Fitzgerald. They give it to Aline. He's trying to find some space. There's not much doing there. And he's brought down there by number 88, Zachary Covington. 4th down upcoming for DMA, and they're going to send in the punting unit.
Yeah, that's the right call.
Joey Deal. Joe comes in, number 7. He's kind of runs the backup quarterback, gets in there for a little bit. He's in there to punt. So there is that threat of the fake.
Yes.
Maybe not here, but at some point in the game.
Yeah, and I do like this call. You know, you don't want to give Delmar a short field after they converted the last short field.
No, and your defense has dominated Delmar when the field position has been in favor of DMA. That's a good punt by Deal. That one's going to bounce, and it's going to chalk up, bounce a little bit, down inside the 30 to about the 26-yard line where Fitzgerald will down it. That's a good punt there by Deal, and once again, you're forcing Delmar to drive a decent amount here, 74 yards to put a score on the board, and this is where DMA's defense has thrived.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
Not giving Delmar that short field is so big.
Now, but let's see if Delmar's offense got momentum capitalizing on
receivers. He can turn a play that's well covered into a first down just like that because of his threat to run.
Yes, absolutely. And like you said, it's his threat of being able to run.
And now with DMA kind of had the momentum early. Delmar starting to settle into this game and put their answer on the board here. There's a penalty on this one. It was going to be an option once again. And let's see what the call is here. The official's talking to the receiver, so maybe another misalignment.
Yep.
And it is. It's lined up in the neutral zone against Delmar. The receiver was over the ball.
And Pat, I know from covering games on the sideline, that official, I see wide receivers come up and ask the official, am I on, am I on, am I good, am I good? And,
yeah, but you know what else you see? When the receiver doesn't talk to the official, you hear him say, move up, you got to move up, you got to move up, you got to back up, you got to back up. So, I mean, they are actively trying to help the young men out. But when you don't answer and it gets to a second quarter like this, they got to throw the penalty flag. Under 2.5 minutes to go until halftime. DMA holding on to a 7-point lead. Delmar facing a 1st and 15 now after the penalty. Play action pass. Trader looking, scrambling. And he's going to be dropped in the backfield right there. That is number 45, Zachary McCluskey. McCluskey looked like Rudy right there.
Yeah.
He looked like a little Rudy Rudiger coming through there, coming up with the sack. And he's got 45 on. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, Jet.
Yeah.
Stay in. Stay in, Rudiger. Stay in.
What a job. And great pressure there for DMA. But I like to think that was a coverage sack, too.
It was.
Nobody to throw the ball to.
Without a doubt. Here they come back with a counter, and it's open. And that's going to be a good run. It's going to be well short of the first down. But Brooks Parker picks up a decent carry on that one and brings up close. I believe it's going to be 3rd and 7 right now for Delmar.
Yeah, and it was 2nd and 19, so a nice 12-yard gain. Brings you into the 3rd and manageable down here, 3rd and 7.
Parker, really nice downhill runner. A one-cut back. He's got a little bit of speed to him, got some power, some size. He's lined up in the I formation as the up back, and it's the option play. Trader gives it to Baynard, who gets around the outside. He's going to get the first down and more. Across the 45-yard line, the lean fights him down, but Delmar with that big-time first down there on 3rd and 7.
Yeah, good job. Once he got to the edge there, he gets the first down. But I like that play, a little option play, Pat, after you do all those dive plays.
It was a nice job. Tayshawn Baynard turned on the Jets, kind of looked like he was going to go inside, then bounced it out and got the sideline, and that's what set up the first down. So Delmar, 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line, starting to take momentum a little bit in this one.
Yes, they are.
So here they go. This is the power I. And it's a crisscross. It's the counter play. This one goes to number 33. Trey Parsons fights his way across. It's a nice first down play right there.
Yes, he does.
About 6 yards on the play, and it's going to be a timeout by Delmar. Only 37 seconds to go into the half. You might start to see them take a shot at some point here. They still have 2 timeouts left, so they may not take it right away. They might get a first down first, but 37 seconds left. There's not much time if you're a ground and pound type offense like Delmar is.
Right. And that's like you said, they are they have to get the passing game going with only 37 seconds left. I believe that's their 2nd timeout, Pat. So they have 1 left.
Okay, you're right. Yeah, so 1 timeout left. So they may try and get the first down because that stops the clock for a little bit. Maybe they call 2 plays right here in the timeout, get the first, and then have another play to get up on the ball and run right away before using that timeout.
I want to give a shout out to Len Evans, our cameraman, braving the elements out there, and Caitlin, our sideline reporter. Again, both doing a good job of bearing the elements out there.
That they are, because at this time of the year it starts to get a little brisk out there.
Yes, it does.
A little Lipton brisk. It's not quite a sponsor, but you know what? Sorry. Here we go. Here's the pass play. Trader's got a guy down the middle. It's incomplete. Looks like a little bit of intended receiver there was Trey Parsons, number 33. Maybe a little bit underthrown, but he had him.
Yes.
Trader's now misfired on a couple throws. Has a couple nice ones, but he's misfired on a couple ones that could have went for big plays.
And we keep on saying he's the freshman.
Yep.
He's their third-string quarterback after a couple injuries. And he's doing a nice job, but let's see if he can complete this one here on third down.
And I'll say this here, Jay. If that's your third-string quarterback, Delmar is in good hands
Yeah,
at the quarterback position.
And only a freshman. And we saw how good he was defensively with that interception.
Trader with the misdirection, and there's nothing doing. Somehow fighting through some tackles and getting back to the line of scrimmage is Deshaun Baynard, but the DMA defense comes up with a huge stop, forcing a 4th down and 5 for Delmar. 24 seconds to go until half. Clock is going to run.
Yeah, I don't think.
Delmar will probably be content going to halftime down 7, despite DMA dominating most of the first half. And there's the timeout. Delmar's going to take a shot here.
So they took a timeout with how much time left?
4 seconds. So I
Yeah,
think you're
so
going to see a
the Hail
shot here
Mary.
by Trader, yeah.
Yep. And we've seen that these can be answered from time to time.
Flutie.
I like the call by the coach. That way you give, if you don't, it's 4th down. So if you don't convert, you're not giving them the ball back. So big play coming up here. Last play of the first half, and what an entertaining first half
It has been, and it's flew by, Jay.
Yes, it has.
It's 8:21. We're not even an hour into this one,
No.
and we're already at halftime.
Wow.
Running the football does that.
And at halftime, you guys can tune into the AI Howard game. That started half an hour earlier.
So here they go. They're spread out in the formation. Trader pumps, rolling. Makes a man miss. He's not going to get the throw completed, but that was a nice job actually navigating the pocket there.
Yeah.
But DMA comes up with a nice pass rush, drops Trader before he can make any kind of a throw to the end zone, and disaster averted there by DMA. They hold the 7-point lead, but if you're Delmar, you're excited.
Yeah.
After all that, you only trail by 7, despite DMA dominating most of that first half.
Yes.
And you saw 2 scores. Karanaline asserting himself in this one in the first half. And then the answer, Baynard with the touchdown off the pitch after the big return by Beasley. And that's pretty much what's happened. Right now we're going to send it down to our sideline reporter, Caitlin Ferry, with a little what she's seen down on the sidelines here in the first half. Caitlin, take it away, young lady.
Hey guys, coming over here right now. So we got, let's see, we got DMA for 13. We have Alim with the 2 touchdowns. And then for Delmar, we have 6 points. And it looks like Baynard has that touchdown for them. We went to halftime right now, and it's still freezing cold down here, but everyone's probably going to the concession stands right now. But I remember being in high school, for me, I remember that it was every senior's dream to be in a playoff championship game. I think this is great for the seniors, and everyone's going great. But, you know, I remember being back in high school and having those playoff feelings, so the energy is probably rushing through them like anything right now. All right, back to you guys.
Yeah, thanks, Kate. I mean, she's exactly right. I actually got to experience playoff football as a high school player, and she's right. The mojo, the juices are flowing right now. And you might not be you're either going to play out of your mind, good, or you're going to have those jitters, and it's going to force you to play maybe a little bit off of your game. I think you saw a little bit of both from both teams in the first half, and I think you'll see what you're used to seeing from both teams in the second half as the nerves start to settle down and players start to play, you know, how they typically would. Am I wrong with that statement, Jason?
Yeah, it's a good first half. Like you said, Delmar, it's a long trip up here.
Mm-hmm.
They come up, they get behind 13-0, and they come back and they get that touchdown. They get a little momentum there, and they get the ball to start the second half. So 13-6 is pretty good.
Yeah, and I think you'll start to see, like we said, the nerves start to settle down in the second half.
Yep.
Both teams are like, okay, we're here. It's just a regular old football game now.
Right.
Let's give it all we got here, and we got a really good second half to look forward to.
Yep.
So we're going to step aside right now. Right now, again, 13-6 your score. DMA over Delmar right now. We're going to be back after this break to talk or to watch the second half of this DIAA first round playoff matchup. You're watching 302 Sports.
Began his career in home finance in 2002 as a mortgage consultant. Since 2002, Brian has helped over 1,000 home buyers achieve their dreams of owning a home. Brian's knowledge of current market conditions and his detailed evaluation of buyers' finances ensures that each buyer will receive the best mortgage to fit their needs. Brian is often commended on how efficient and effortless he makes the mortgage process for everyone from first-time home buyers to investors to experienced buyers. For the loan that fits you, contact Brian today.
Life's too short to hate your home. Remodel your home with the pros voted Delaware's #1 home improvement company. Ferris Home Improvements has something for every homeowner at their new showroom on the corner of Kirkwood Highway and Harmony Road in Newark, Delaware. Explore products and layouts with the area's top designers. Touch and feel products that inspire your dream space. Ferris Home Improvements' pride in the details make them the area's best in roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchens, and bathrooms. Want a professional, no-pressure remodel? Go see the best at the Big Shamrock on Kirkwood Highway. Ferris Home Improvements. Quality workmanship from a neighbor you can trust.
The Hadley Group is your local real estate resource. Brian Hadley joined Patterson Schwartz & Associates in 2005. In 2013, Nicole Flora joined Brian, followed by Emma Burnett and Grant Jepp in 2014. That's when the Hadley Group was formed. Patterson Schwartz Associates offer you exceptional knowledge of local market conditions and a commitment to represent you honestly and professionally. So for your next purchase or sale, think the Hadley Group. Visit our website at thehadleygroupre.com. The Hadley Group is your local real estate resource. Brian Hadley joined Patterson Schwartz & Associates in 2005. In 2013, Nicole Flora joined Brian, followed by Emma Burnett and Grant Jepp in 2014. That's when the Hadley Group was formed. Patterson Schwartz Associates offer you exceptional knowledge of local market conditions and a commitment to represent you honestly and professionally. So for your next purchase or sale, think the Hadley Group. Visit our website at thehadleygroupre.com.
Welcome to Hooters. Have a seat wherever you like.
Hooters of Newark is located at 136 Astro Shopping Center, Newark, Delaware. Come in day or night to watch your favorite teams and sports on our many TVs. It's a great, fun-filled environment that is kid-friendly. Our craveable food menu has all the appetizers, burgers, salads, tacos, seafood, you name it, as well as our world-famous Hooters wings, which are the official wings of 302sports.com. Hooters of Newark is located at 136 Astro Shopping Center, Newark, Delaware. Come in day or night to watch your favorite teams and sports on our many TVs. It's a great, fun-filled environment that is kid-friendly. Our craveable food menu has all the appetizers, burgers, salads, tacos, seafood, you name it, as well as our world-famous Hooters wings, which are the official wings of 302sports.com.
I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Solo Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the culinary coast with 10 locations. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Solo Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley: cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Solo Concepts on the culinary coast with 10 locations, from Lewis, Delaware to Fenwick Island. Come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Solo Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the culinary coast with 10 locations. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Solo Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley: cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Solo Concepts on the culinary coast with 10 locations, from Lewis, Delaware to Fenwick Island. Come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Solo Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the culinary coast with 10 locations. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Solo Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley: cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Solo Concepts on the culinary coast with 10 locations, from Lewis, Delaware to Fenwick Island. Come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Solo Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the culinary coast with 10 locations. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Solo Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley: cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Solo Concepts on the culinary coast with 10 locations, from Lewis, Delaware to Fenwick Island. Come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Solo Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the culinary coast with 10 locations. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Solo Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley: cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Solo Concepts on the culinary coast with 10 locations, from Lewis, Delaware to Fenwick Island. Come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Solo Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the culinary coast with 10 locations. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Solo Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley: cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Solo Concepts on the culinary coast with 10 locations, from Lewis, Delaware to Fenwick Island. Come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Solo Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the culinary coast with 10 locations. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Solo Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley: cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Solo Concepts on the culinary coast with 10 locations, from Lewis, Delaware to Fenwick Island. Come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Solo Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the culinary coast with 10 locations. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Solo Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley: cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Solo Concepts on the culinary coast with 10 locations, from Lewis, Delaware to Fenwick Island. Come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Solo Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the culinary coast with 10 locations. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Solo Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley: cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Solo Concepts on the culinary coast with 10 locations, from Lewis, Delaware to Fenwick Island. Come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Solo Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the culinary coast with 10 locations.
And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, live on 302 Sports. Shout out to the people in the live chat. We see you.
Yes.
We see you guys down there rooting on their respective teams. Keep watching right here and keep interacting with us. We'll try and get you responded if you got any questions or whatnot. Right now, we're at halftime. Delmar trailing DMA 13-6. And, Jason, it was an exciting first half.
It was, and a tale of kind of DMA started out fast and strong, and then Delmar gets that kickoff return and great special teams, and they get on the board, and now they get the ball to start the second half. So.
And that's it. That's a crucial thing. Yeah, you're exactly right. The big kick return there by Dakari Beasley, the sophomore. Now, he went about 70 yards, set up Delmar inside the 20-yard line, and then they eventually, Deshaun Baynard takes the pitch and runs it in for a touchdown. And Delmar kind of seized the momentum there at the end of the half after DMA, like we said, dominating the majority of that first half. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments the coaches make, and this is where you cut your teeth as a coach in high school football. Can you make the halftime adjustments to earn yourselves a win?
And we know from doing the DMA St. Mark's game that St. Mark's was running all over DMA in that first half, and Ryan made adjustments in the second half. It was a total different story.
It was.
So we know how important those adjustments are at halftime. And that's why you get a 20-minute halftime in high school is huge, because it gives you all the time to talk to all the coaches. I mean, each staff probably has 10 to 15 coaches easily, and they all get that game plan going for the second half.
Again, Karan 2 touchdowns after a 30-touchdown total in a regular season. That's 3 per game, folks. I mean, this young man has done it all for the Seahawks. He's got the 2 today. But some other scores around the state tonight in the other Division II matchup for you Division II fans. AI, the leading Howard 21-14 in the third quarter. A couple of big plays in that one have sparked the Tigers in that one and trying to avenge a loss to Howard.
Yes.
Their only loss.
Their only loss in the regular season was to Howard. I think also at AI DuPont. So.
Yeah, and that one's actually live as we speak on 302 Sports. So if you want to click over, or you can just listen to these beautiful voices if you want until the second half starts up.
Right.
You can more than likely go and do that. That's Nick Halliday and Vinny Pinella on the call over there. It should be a great matchup. And in the Division I matchup tonight, William Penn, the 6-4 team, surprisingly leading Sussex Central 6-0. That one's at halftime.
Yeah. Wow. That's the William Penn team that's been up and down this year. They won 3 straight going into the playoffs. It looks like they got their feet under them, and they get the nice lead on the road down there in Sussex Central.
And Central's a team that defensively they've always been very well, but it's their offense. Their offense is they run that old school wing tee, and if you game plan it right, you can withstand it. And with the athletes that William Penn has, they can get the job done. It'll be interesting to see what happens there in the second half. Well, again, it all comes down to second half adjustments, and you're seeing the same thing here. Again, tomorrow we have Friends in Tower Hill, I believe, is going on in Division II.
Yep.
Not sure what's the other Division I matchup. I kind of.
It's Hodson.
Hodson, yeah.
They host Caesar Rodney.
That's at 1 o'clock, I believe. At Hodson.
Caesar Rodney is a team that last year they were 2-8.
It's shocking.
And this year 7-3, but I gotta give a shout out to the AD. Last year they had Middletown and Slasiana on their schedule.
Mm-hmm.
This year you get them off, and you get Appoquinimink and Brandywine, 2 teams that, it's a little different setting than the
Gives
South.
Gives some confidence
right. And you get off to that hot start to start the year, and then you go into conference play, and they gave Smyrna a game. I mean, they lost 54-30. But they gave them a game.
You put points up against Smyrna, which is not easy to do. Of course, that is a big-time talking point when you talk about Smyrna and Will Knight coming off an injury in game number 10.
Yes.
He's lucky to get the bye week this week.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see what he can do if he's at 100% for the game next weekend.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see. Of course, Middletown, the number 1 seed, has the bye week, and they'll be playing the lowest possible. I think it's the lowest possible seed advances to play them. Or
right.
Is it
so if Caesar Rodney they're the 6th seed, if they pull off an upset of William Penn, Caesar Rodney would play at Middletown.
Right. Where if Penn were to win, they'd go to Smyrna.
Yep.
So that's how that works.
And then if Hodson wins, they'll get Smyrna.
That's it.
And the Sussex Central William
That's
Penn
it.
winner
I apologize.
would
Yeah,
go
yeah,
to
yeah.
Middletown. So it depends on that third seed. If the third seed wins,
It's
it
chalk.
goes to second.
Right, it's chalk at that
And if
point.
they don't, the sixth seed will then be the last seed remaining, and they would go to the top team.
And of course, the Division II playoffs include 8 teams and no bye weeks,
Yeah.
which, if I'm not mistaken, that's a fairly new development because I don't know, maybe I'm just not in the right frame of mind. But when I was in high school, I believe it was still 6 teams because we had a bye.
Yes.
My senior year
Yep.
at St. Elizabeth, and of course we came in, and Delmar traveled up here to Baynard Stadium to play us in the second round of the playoffs. Now it didn't end well for the Wildcats, but
Right.
you know, it was that setup, and now
But-
no longer they allowed.
Yeah,
18, which I like the 18 playoff.
Yeah, and I think
I
they
like the 18
went that way because there's a lot of Division II teams. I think there's 37,
Yes.
38 schools
Yeah.
in Division II. So if you were doing 6 for Division I when you only have 18 teams,
Right.
and then you do 6 for 37 teams, it kind of wasn't
Exactly.
fair. So they added 2 more teams.
And the nice thing is it doesn't add a week to the schedule. It
No.
just means that you got to play an extra game potentially if you go all the way.
And I know some coaches don't like having to bye.
Now, I mean, the bye is one thing. It is because, you know, you can kind of get complacent. You can kind of lose that edge potentially. And I know, just talking out of experience, I mean, my senior year, we only had 9 games as a senior because AI dropped us. And we actually had a bye week during the season, which was really weird.
Right.
But you know what? I think it helped us come playoff time because you got used to that bye.
Right.
You learn how to prepare an extra week for a team, and it helped you. And I believe now it's not. I can't remember. Did Middletown have a bye last? No, they didn't because they played Hodson. Was it AI? Someone had a bye that's in the playoffs this year. Maybe AI that had a bye. Someone didn't play last week.
AI didn't play.
Right, AI didn't play, so they kind of had a bye week. Now it doesn't come into play. Obviously, that would have been huge if there was still a bye in the playoffs. They'd be off for 2 weeks. I mean, that would have been kind of weird, but they had a bye week, which is very rare to see in Delaware football. So we're about ready to get underway here in the second half. Delmar is going to receive the second half kickoff, and again, they kind of went into halftime with the momentum. It'll be interesting to see, what they do here start in the second half, and for DMA, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments they make to maintain this lead and get momentum back on their side. Carson Phillips back deep for Delmar. And Drejo on the kick for DMA. Oh man, I'm just excited, Jay. I know there was a couple.
My favorite time of the year.
Yeah, a couple comments in the live chat were saying these announcers sound excited. It's because we are, people.
Yes.
It's playoff football. It doesn't get any better than this. Doesn't matter who you're a fan of.
Right.
You love high school playoff football because these guys just don't care.
Right.
They're playing hard no matter what.
Play hard and they're playing to win.
So
win to advance.
That's it, baby. Survive and advance. Jimmy V. Dreja's second half kickoff is away. And it's fielded right there by Phillips, and he's getting to the outside. That's a good start for Delmar as he takes it across the 40-yard line. And the Wildcats get good field position to start off the second half.
Yeah, Delmar seems to be doing a good job on the...
They have special teams, yes. They've had a couple big returns. Obviously, the one by Beasley set them up for the last score. And that one right there by Phillips sets them up with the 40-yard line.
Yep.
Right around midfield. So here it comes. Dante Trader, the freshman, once again coming out here. He's done a pretty good job in this one, Jay.
Yes, he has.
As a young freshman quarterback, third string. Single back in the backfield. That's Parker, and they give it to him. He gets around the outside, makes one cut, lowers his shoulders, and picks up about 5. That's a big man you're trying to bring down right there in Parker.
Delmar starting to get some success on the ground.
They're a team that will ground and bound you, and in the second half they can assert their will on you. They're kind of similar to DMA in a way.
Yes, absolutely. I said on the show on Wednesday night that I think these two teams are very similar.
They're not it's not your typical 1-8 matchup, like you said, Jay. These two teams both 9-1, and like you talked about in a 302 Sports Weekly, the difference in points between the 3 seed and the 8 seed were
4 through 8 were dead tied.
Yeah.
It came down to opponent wins.
Oh, it was the option play. Questionable throw there, but what a catch by Baynard.
Yes.
And he's going to get a first down, I believe, out of that.
It is very close.
What a catch by the young man.
And I believe you're right. I believe it's going to be a first down, Pat.
You've seen some questionable handlings of the football by Delmar, but they survived that one and turned it into something positive, 1st and 10 at midfield.
Yes.
They change out the football there, and now Delmar comes up. It's a new, fresh football on the field. There's the old wishbone backfield. Shout out Barry Switzer and the Oklahoma Sooners. And they give it to Parker up the middle. He fights his way forward. The guy just does not get knocked backwards. He gets 4 yards on the carry.
Now, and you'll take those 4 yards every time on a first down run, Pat.
I mean, he was stopped right at the line of scrimmage, but he kept the feet churning. And he's a big young gentleman right there, and he fights his way forward for 4 yards. They don't have him. They don't have his height or weight listed, but he's a big kid.
I was gonna say he's probably about 220, or looks about 220. Maybe even more.
And we're back into wishbone, and they go right to number 12, Baynard, and he fights his way forward for about 3 yards. It's going to bring down 3rd and short for Delmar. And if they can pick up this first down, Delmar's in business here,
yes,
Jay.
Yes, they are.
They got the play cards on the sideline. You can see the placards. I'm not sure if you can kind of see them on your screen. I believe that's the artist formerly known as Prince was on that one sign right there.
Yeah. We're on party like it's 1999.
That's it. Unbelievable. So 3rd down and about 2. And it's a broken play. Trader somehow makes a man miss and gets a first down.
That's an incredible play by that freshman.
Wow.
Broken play. He doesn't hesitate. He goes and gets the first down.
You see that with some freshmen sometimes. The young man turns the wrong way, but uses his athleticism, picks up 4 yards and a first down. What a play right there by young Dante Trader. How about that? The artist formerly known as Prince. Now I see a Nike logo. I believe that's the Starbucks logo. It's incredible. And somehow they all have a code. They all have a code for some type of play, some kind of audible, whether it's lineman or a certain position. They look at it, and it triggers them for what they're going to do. There's a penalty right here. And I think this is in delay of game, the area of delay of game. And it is delay of game. And Coach Joe Hempel would not be happy with that.
Now, I can hear him now saying, as a quarterback, watch the back judge. He's going like 5 second count.
You got to pay attention. It's inexcusable to be doing that, son.
Now, I do want to mention it's a freshman quarterback.
Right, exactly. And he can only do so much. I mean, the play's got to come in from the sideline, obviously. So it's a team effort. 1st and 15 for Trader and the Wildcats. I formation. Double tight end set. Here's the pitch again to Denard, and he's got the edge again. And he breaks a couple tackles, and he's loose. And he gets down close to the 20-yard line. Big play right there. A gain of about 25 by number 12 to Sean Denard. The option.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's one of the hardest things to cover in football.
And Delmar's in business here on his first drive of the second half.
They are. They've come, and the momentum has continued here.
Yep.
And, of course, you got to respect Brooks Parker on that dive, and they pull it and run the old dive option there. Denard picks up 25 yards. So, once again, the I formation, it's going to be the same look, and they give it to Parker this time. He lowers his center of gravity, falls forward for about 8.
Yeah, they're getting some huge chunks of yardage on the ground in this drive. So they've seemed to make some adjustments from halftime. We talked about what coaches would make adjustments. They've made the correct adjustments on this first drive here in the second half.
Running the ball down the Seahawks' throat on this drive. Now 2nd down and 3. Let's see if DMA has an answer for him. It's the old power eye. Here's the play action pass. Trader looking. Spinning. Oh, what a play breaks loose and just to pick up the first down.
That was
wow.
That was incredible.
Michael Vick-esque.
Yes.
Unreal. A little Carson Wentz action. I don't know if you guys down south like Carson Wentz. I know a lot of you are probably Redskins fan, but that's what that looked like.
Yes, it was.
Spins out of that tackle. First and goal for Delmar.
The freshman with the move, the spin, and incredible. Gets a first and goal to go here.
Redskins or maybe Ravens fans. Shout out Joe Flacco. Here we go. I formation. They run the dive option again. It's Baynard. He's got the edge. And that's a nice tackle.
Yes.
That is a really nice tackle by Andrew Hudson, number 3. Touchdown saving tackle right there.
Absolutely.
Still, 4-yard pickup. Second down and goal from the 4. And now we have ourselves a football game here,
yes.
Jason.
Yep,
we have
absolutely.
ourselves a football game. Delmar has officially responded. Here's the Delaware backs. They give it to Parker. He's fighting his way forward. Gets close to the goal line. He's going to be just short. Bringing up a 3rd and goal from about the 1-yard line.
Yeah, and this is an impressive drive to start the second half.
Just a ground and pound. Now we're under 7 minutes to go. They've chewed up almost half the quarter on this drive.
Absolutely, and that's what you want if you're Delmar.
Keep a lean off the field. And now they're taking their time here. This is a long developing play, and we're at 10 seconds on the play clock. 5, 4. They're not going to get this off. 3, 2, and they just get it off. It's the option again, and fighting his way in for the touchdown is Trader. And they are an extra point away from tying this game up, Jason.
Yes.
What a drive by the Delmar Wildcats.
And they did that mostly, all on the ground, because the one pass attempt, he ran for the first down. So what an impressive drive coming out of the half here by the Delmar Wildcats.
And they are. The Wildcats, again, are officially back in
Yep.
this ball game. This is a big extra point by Braxton Stevenson. It's up, and it is good, and we're tied up at 13.
Wow, what a...
This is what you look for. This
Yep.
is why we do this here at 302 Sports. If you can't make the games, you can watch these fantastic games right here in the living room of your own house or wherever, on the go, if you're on vacation, whatever you're doing, and you still get to see these great games because that's what we have here in the state of Delaware.
It's unbelievable. It doesn't get any better than this. You get a playoff football game between the 1 and the 8th seed, tied at 13 in the middle of the 3rd quarter. Doesn't get better than this.
I mean, that was just they just matriculated the ball down the field, Jace. I mean, that's shout out to who's the old? Is it Hank Fram, the old Kansas City Chiefs coach that was on the NFL
Yes.
films? He said, "Let's keep it moving, man. Just keep matriculating the ball down the field." Against the Packers, I used to watch that all the time. NFL films on the VHS.
Yes.
If anyone at home, I'm sure some of you youngsters don't even know what a VHS is. But we used to have the NFL football follies from NFL films, man. I think it was phenomenal.
It was great. Those are the best. Those NFL films productions were awesome to watch.
They were. Just keep matriculating the ball down the field. Here we go. All right, it's a lean and Hudson back deep for DMA. And I guess it'll determine on where this kick goes. They're going to pooch it. And Aline will take it on a bounce. He's got a seam. He hits it. And he gets clocked at about the 45-yard line.
Yeah, that was a hit.
And
Nice
Aline,
return.
it's a great field position. I mean, if you're not going to kick it deep, you take that chance. Aline said, I'm just going to give what you take. I'm going to take what you give
And
me.
like you said, you give him a chance to
Short
come
field.
up and get the ball on the run where he's got the momentum going forward.
Right, instead of making him go back.
Right.
So 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. DMA still at the sideline. Coach Ryan, sensing the importance of this drive, brought his team to the sideline for the huddle. 2-by-2 set here. Double tight end. Aline in the backfield with Fitzgerald. And Aline fighting his way, keeping the legs moving and picking up about 5.
Yeah, and good job by Fitzgerald. It was a high snap. He grabs it down and gives it to his running back, Aline, so Aline can get positive yardage. And it seems like both teams have come out running the ball here in the second half. Delmar was getting 5, 6, 7 yards per first down attempt, and here DMA gets 5 on its first attempt.
So once again, it's a lean. Get used to it. Yet again, fighting his way forward, still keeping the feet moving. He gets about 3 yards on the play, bringing up 3rd and short.
Good job by Aline. Like you said, he stayed on his feet and was able to fight for the extra yard, and now it's a 3rd and short 2, long 1.
3rd down, and if you're a glasses full type person, it's a long 1. If you're a DMA glasses full person, I guess you should say.
Yes.
And I'm going to say it's going to that young man.
No. Quarterback keeper.
And what a play right
Delmar
there.
was not fooled. 33.
Fitzgerald on the keeper is just stopped in the backfield. It's a heck of a play right there.
Yes.
By number 33, Trey Parsons.
Yep.
And it's 4th down and about 1. Decision yet again for DMA, and it looks like they're going for it.
Yeah, it's at the Delmar 46 here, 4th and 1, and this could be the play of the 3rd quarter here. Either way, big play here for both teams.
It's going to a lean. He gets
Direct
around
snap.
the edge, and he's stopped in the
Delmar.
backfield. And then yet again, it's Parsons.
Just nowhere to go around the corner there. Direct snap, the Wildcat, and the Wildcat defense was ready for it.
And they go to the short side of the field there, Jay. They go to the short side of the field. They don't really, I mean, it's
lost
tough.
2 yards on
It's
the play.
tough right there for a lean to make a couple guys miss, but there's not as much space there.
No.
Big stop for Delmar. Now they have a chance to go ahead for the first time in this game.
Hard to think that they were once trailing 13-0 in this game.
Here they go, the old wing T formation here. And the ball, it's a fumble, and let's see who falls on it. DMA had a shot at it. That's the 3rd fumbled snap there by Delmar, and DMA misses an opportunity.
Yes. And since the ball fumbled a little forward, they didn't lose anything.
That handoff exchange has been questionable all night, and it almost came back to bite Delmar in the rear again.
Yes.
And they survive it. This game's got it all, Jay.
Yeah, it's got everything in this one. This is exactly what you expect out of a playoff game. These things are so fun, and it's a momentum.
They go back to the I. Parker, the up back. Baynard, the tailback. Trader takes the snap. It's the option again. And they get it to Trader, and he's got room to run. It's a race to the end zone. Baynard is in. Touchdown, Delmar, and they got the lead.
52-yard run for the touchdown, and it's what unbelievable. Delmar's got the lead all of a sudden.
Unbelievable turn of events. To Sean Baynard, touchdown number 2 on the day.
And what a job by Trader. Wait until he got hit at the last possible second to pitch it out to Baynard. And Baynard takes it to the house. And it's 52 yards later. It's 19-13 Delmar. Extra point is good, and now Delmar has the 20-7 lead. 20-13 lead. Unbelievable.
Unreal.
Yes.
What they've been able to do in this one. And Baynard. I mean, it's so hard to cover the option. And DMA had it kind of played well.
Yep, absolutely.
But Trader made a great pitch. And Baynard, once he got the ball, he was around the edge. And there was no catching him.
Like I said, I think waiting until that last second, it kind of forced the outside guys to think, hey, he's not pitching it.
Right.
Now, and all of a sudden he pitched it. And like you said, he had the edge. There was nobody out there, and he just takes it to the house.
Hey, that's the old option drill. We ran it every day with Coach Mike Lemon at St. Easy. You run, you wait for the pad to hit you.
Yep.
Once it hits you, you fade back and you make the pitch. It's a simple quarterback drill. Every team that has an option play runs it. And that was textbook right there by the young man Trader.
And what a game we have here tonight for you guys on 302 Sports.
This is exciting.
Yes.
I mean, DMA had complete control of this one. Delmar has now answered, has complete control. This game is just going back and forth on the seesaw, and we still got about 15 minutes to go in this one.
Yes.
This game's not over
And
yet.
far from over.
And now they make Aline go back for it.
Yeah.
And it goes into the end zone.
And so now you get the touchback. And you get the best of both worlds there because now DMA gets the ball at their own 20. And this game has changed on a dime.
It has, but if you're Delmar, you got to keep it going. I mean,
Yeah.
you're pumped up. You should be playing with a lot of energy and effort right now. But if you're DMA, you got to keep it cool. You got to keep it cool here. You're down by 1 score. There's plenty of time left in this game, and you got number 1.
Yes.
At the end of the day, you
he's a
still got
difference
number
maker,
1
yep.
out there, and he can make a play for you. So here we go. Can DMA respond? There's an official timeout. That's a TV timeout for us, I
Yes.
believe that. So we're going to go down right now to Caitlin Ferry with the sideline report and tell us exactly what's going on with this Delmar team right now. Take it away, Kate.
Down here on the sideline right now. So it looks like we had a touchdown from Trader, number 6, from Delmar. It looks like that was his first touchdown of the game. He's a freshman, and he's the quarterback. Looks like he's doing really well playing for a freshman against these big guys. Second touchdown from Baynard, also on Delmar. Looks like Seahawks are stepping back a little bit, and Delmar is kind of getting the lead. So it's back to you guys.
That's it. Kate out there, she's pointing it out for us.
Yes.
She's pointing out exactly what's going on down there from the sideline. And you can't argue with those facts there, Jay. Here's Fitzgerald completing the pass and diving for the first down. It's going to depend on if they give him the spot. What an effort, though.
Yes, it was.
By number 42, Nicholas Renaud.
It's really close.
They're giving him the first down.
Yeah, it's at the 30.
The diving effort gives
Yep.
them the first down. This is what I'm talking about here, Jay. These kids are just living in the moment.
Yep. And I
Giving
believe
it max effort.
that was Fitzgerald's first pass attempt of the game. We saw.
We did. We saw.
I want to say Deal.
Yes, Joey Deal threw the first pass. That's the second pass there. And if you're DMA, if you're able to throw the football, it can open things up for Aline. You got to take some kind of shot here as this game goes on. They give it to Aline around the outside, and look at the swarming defense of Delmar. Aline still gets to the outside and picks up 4 yards.
Yeah.
And there was 5 Delmar defenders in. And Aline's hurt.
Aline's hurt.
Aline
He might have
is
fell
down
on the ball
sideline.
there.
I don't know if that's his hand or like you say, maybe the wind knocked out of him. But he is down.
He is definitely a lot of pain.
So let's see what DMA does now with the 2nd down and 6. Fitzgerald going into the huddle. How about Aline, though, using his speed? He had 5 guys bearing down on him.
I didn't think he was going to gain anything. In fact, maybe lose some, and he was able to gain 4 on it.
Fitzgerald fakes it, rolls out to the right. He's got a guy deep. He's going to take the shot, and it's
what a catch by Trader!
Trader! Holy smokes, he bobbled it!
Unbelievable!
Oh, my gosh. This game has got it all, Jay. The freshman, his 2nd pick of the game, Dante Trader. He's doing it all right now for Delmar. The young man, welcome to the show.
Absolutely. He makes the nice play.
Welcome to the show. And you know what? The intended target there, Nicholas Hertzfield, was open.
Yes.
He was open.
Yep.
And but Trader just used his speed to catch up, and he took it away.
And then, like you said, he bobbled it.
I thought he was going to drop it. I'm like, oh, my God.
And then the president of mind to lay out and make the diving catch.
Unreal right now what's happening in this game. 1:47 to go in the 3rd quarter. Delmar's got the wishbone going. They give it off up the middle. This is a run right there by Trey Parsons, and he's going to get about 4 yards. And Delmar is rolling on all cylinders right now.
They've had the ball twice on offense here in the second half, scoring both times. And at defense, they force a 4 and out, stop them on downs, and then they get the interception here. And so this Delmar has made the right adjustments at halftime and has really turned this one around. A great crowd out here again.
And this is Parker up the middle.
Yeah.
He gets to midfield, and it looks like it's going to be another Delmar first
yeah,
down.
They just got everything going here in the second half.
And they're starting to just drive the football down DMA's throat a little bit. Perhaps some fatigue for DMA, but I mean Delmar, it's not easy when you got guys grounding and pounding you, and then they hit you with the big plays.
And that's what we said with this offense. It's a tough offense to defend because they'll just continue running the ground and pound.
Jay, we got a measurement here.
Oh wow, we do have a measurement.
We got a measurement coming out.
I might have to change my down on distance here.
Get these young men involved out there carrying the chains. Get the blood flowing a little bit.
Yeah, the chain gang.
And he's got enough.
Yes.
First down and 10, Delmar.
Very close. It was by like a 2 chain lengths that he got it.
That's why we got them down there.
Yep.
Jay, that's why we got the chains down there. You utilize them, and great job right there by the chain gang. Coming out and getting that thing right.
Yes.
So here we go. Delmar rushing up to the line of scrimmage.
They're at midfield again here. This game has really changed.
They give it right there up the middle. Not much doing there. That's a nice answer by DMA on first down.
Yes.
As we tick down, approaching the end of the third quarter, 35 seconds to go. Delmar with a dominating third quarter right now, up 20-13, scoring all 14 points in the second half so far.
You're right, absolutely. Almost like a different team here.
They found the answers.
Yes.
Here's the power eye to the right. Trader rolling out, short side. He's got a guy wide open, and he completes it, making a man miss. This is number 88, Zach Covington, and he's inside the 25. Big play again for Delmar, this time through the air.
Yes. And when you got the ground game going, you get hit him with a nice little play action fake. Boom. You got that 88 was wide open.
Jason, they've been doing the same stuff for 20 years almost. Yep. They run the dive, they run the misdirection, they run the option, and then the play action.
Yep.
That's what they run. Absolutely. And that's the end of the third quarter. And Delmar, nothing tricky here, up 20-13, starting to take over this ball game. We got an entertaining fourth quarter coming to you right now here from Baynard Stadium. But for now, we're going to step aside. We're going to send it through a commercial break, and we'll be right back here on 302 Sports.
Group is your local real estate resource. Brian Hadley joined Patterson Schwartz & Associates in 2005. In 2013, Nicole Flora joined Brian, followed by Emma Burnett and Grant Jepp in 2014. That's when the Hadley Group was formed. Patterson Schwartz Associates offer you exceptional knowledge of local market conditions and a commitment to represent you honestly and professionally. So for your next purchase or sale, think the Hadley Group. Visit our website at thehadleygroupre.com. The Hadley Unique Image opened for business in Wilmington, Delaware in 1979 with one focus: wowing our customers with great products and even greater customer service. 30 years later, we are still doing exactly that. Whether you're looking for marketing tools to promote your business, gifts for your employees or clients, or planning a special event, we're here with the voice of experience to help you every step of the way for your complete satisfaction. Visit our new showroom.
And we're back here, and it's the start of the fourth quarter in this one. Delmar taking control after 14 unanswered points in the third. This is Trader. He's had himself quite a second half in this one. He picks up about 3 yards on the play, and the freshman has just come up huge play after play for Delmar.
Yes, he has.
He's forced 2 turnovers at the safety position. He's run for a touchdown. He's come up with a couple big passes and a couple big runs.
Yeah. And
third string freshman quarterback.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
It is, and it's what a performance here. And we said in the first half he looked a little nervous. He had trouble handling some snaps and stuff, but he's really picked it up here in the second half.
And had to go to the option that Parker makes a man miss, still moving his feet. He's going to get a first down, Jay, and the pile's still moving. He's still moving.
I was going to say.
Wow. Down inside the 5. Wow.
Wow, that's just incredible effort. And then the offensive line helped push him a few extra yards there in this game. Wow, and this is
everything's going Delmar's way at the moment.
Yeah.
First down and goal from the 3-yard line.
Yes. And this is like we said, could be a big score here.
This could
for
be
Delmar.
a backbreaker.
Yeah.
And DMA need to stop here.
Referee's counting. They might have to call a timeout here.
2, 1, and
They
they
got
get
it
it
off.
off. They go up the middle,
And
and the fighting, and the play's blown dead.
Yep.
Nice stop right there by the DMA front. That's big number 52, Jacob Hudson, initiating the contact there.
Yeah. Good job by them. And we got a referee's timeout here for.
And there's an injured player on the field, but he's popping right up. No problems, no worries. We're ready to go. 2nd down and goal. Wildcats looking to really take control of this game.
Yes. Again, shout out to our cameraman, Len Evans, and Caitlin Ferry on the sideline.
I'll
It's
tell you what,
the braving elements out there.
The fur ball. She's down there. She's making, she's
Her
making a
debut.
difference. She's the debut.
Yep, and she's
of
doing
the
a
fur
great
ball,
job.
Caitlin Ferry. You can hear her on the women's games for Goldie Beacom.
Yes.
She'll be on with me.
Great addition to Goldie staff.
Former St. Mark's player.
Yes.
And St. Catherine Wildcats.
Yeah,
Yes,
don't
I
forget the
know,
St.
yeah.
Catherine.
Here we go. I-4 power I formation right here. They're going to give it to Baynard, and he's going to be dropped in the backfield. Nice job by DMA. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
Yeah, this is a nice stand here on the first 2 plays.
DMA needs 2 more stops. If
Yep.
they can get 2 more stops, they can perhaps get their mojo back.
And if you're Delmar here, you get stopped on 3rd down. We've seen a couple good extra points.
Now what you got to watch for
Yep.
here, there's 2 things you got to
Yep.
look for here, Jay. Option pitch
Right.
or play action pass.
Or there you go, play action pass. I wasn't even thinking of that. That's a good call by
Uh,
Pat.
You get down close to the goal
Yep.
line, the defense is going to sell out against the run, and it's just a matter of getting the ball off quickly. Let's see what they go with here, and they get the option pitch right after the Baynard, and he's got the sideline, and he's got the touchdown.
Yeah, that option play has worked a lot here in the second half. And there it's 26-13 now.
And well,
Delmar.
it's one of those things where they found something that DMA has yet to come up with an answer for, and they've gone back to it. They've gone back to the option. They came in with a game plan, of course, and they wanted to see what worked. You
Yes.
talked about the feeling out process
Right.
in that first half. Delmar tried to see what was working for him. They've now found what's working for him, and they've gone back to it time in and time out, and they've gotten big play after big play because of it. For Baynard, his 3rd touchdown of the game, all of them coming on option plays,
Yes.
option pitches. And there's a penalty on the field here as whistles blow. It'll be interesting to see what is called. I think it's going to be false start against Delmar.
We'll set it back a few yards.
This young man, Baynard, I mean, between
Yeah.
him and Trader in this game. I mean, all
Absolutely.
the talk pregame, or before this game was Brooks Parker
Yep.
versus Karan Aline, and Baynard and Trader have stole the show. And you know what? I'm sorry if I don't know. Maybe I haven't heard about these guys because I haven't watched a lot of downstate football. Maybe Benny Mitchell and the guys could say,
Yeah.
well, Pat, you should have been paying attention
Yeah.
to these guys. They've been doing it all year, but these guys have taken over this football game.
Yes, they have.
And Delmar is now up 27 unanswered
Yep.
points for the Wildcats as they lead now by 2 touchdowns. And DMA coming off the field, hands on the hips.
Yep.
Walking, head's a little low. Kind of sails deflated right now.
Yep,
If you're Delmar, you
absolutely.
got to just kind of put the foot on the throat right
But
here.
some good news for DMA is Aline is going back to take the kickoff. We saw him riding in pain last offensive possession, so it's good to see him out there.
And if you're Delmar, you have to watch out for him. You can't let him take a kickoff back right now.
No.
You've taken momentum. You've taken the air out of the sails of DMA. You can't let them get any glimmer of positivity again.
And the way your defense has played here in the second half, it might not even be a bad idea just to kick it out of bounds or kick it short.
Yeah, they've kind of figured things out.
Yes. They made the right adjustments at halftime here.
So Phillips on the kickoff. Trader to the near side, the quarterback. He's going to go down, try and make a tackle. And there's going to be an offsides penalty right there. That's going to be on Delmar, and it was a no-brainer. A little too overhyped right there.
Yes. Second offsides, we saw DMA go offsides on the kickoff earlier in the first quarter, and now it's Delmar's turn. .9:23 left, so there's still enough time on this
there's
clock.
Oh, God, there's plenty of time, especially with, the threat of turnovers and quick hitting plays. This game is not over by any means. So backed up 5 more yards. Now Aline definitely is probably going to get a return now. I mean, you move it back 5 yards. That ball that now dwindles into the end zone is not going to do so. And they kick it to Hudson. And he gives it to Aline on the pitch play. And they got it set up. Oh, Aline is not going to break that tackle. He's going to get brought down at about the 37-yard line. They had it set up.
Yeah.
But that's a great play right there by number 3, Dylan Pasta. What a name, Dylan Pasta.
Pasta was all over
That's
that one.
Pasta Vajul on a tackle, baby.
Absolutely.
No, obviously no disrespect there, but
Yeah.
heck of a play by number 3 in white.
Yeah. And like you said, Aline had that set up. It was the old kind of like a reverse pitch.
Yes, that's, again, I hate to keep going back to it, but we kind of ran something similar to that at St. Elizabeth with Andre Patton, of course, back there.
Yeah.
And Matt Modica, who's in my grade. We did it with the punt returns and the kick returns. But right now this is a danger zone right now. It's gut check time for both teams.
Yes.
If you're Delmar, it can go one of two ways. You can either put your foot on the throat and continue the game the way it's going, or you can allow DMA to come back in the game. And if you're DMA, you can either fight your way back into the game, or you can kind of bow down here. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yes.
Either way, this game has been pretty much everything we could have hoped for.
Oh, absolutely. It's been a great game. It's been a tale of 2 halves, kind of.
It has, and the pace is kind of slowed a little bit now. But let's see what DMA has. They got to come up with an answer here. They're in a bit of trouble. And let's see what they do. Deals in the backfield at the quarterback. Aline behind him. Deals going to take a shot deep. He's got a guy, and it's caught. And this is a big play for DMA. Deal with a dime to Colin Smith, number 5, and they're down to the 24-yard line.
What a great play call by Coach Ryan there. Oh, what a play call.
Man-to-man on the outside. You're exactly right,
And
Jeff.
what a throw by Deal. He placed that where only his receiver could catch the ball, and DMA is in business.
Listen, that's what, if you're a Seahawk fan, that's what you want to see. You want to see them kind of try to potentially even out the offense a little bit. It can't all be on number 1's shoulders.
No.
You got to throw the football a couple times, and if Deal can complete passes, now look for a slant. You saw him grasp the face mask. I think you look for a slant. It's a screen play to Aline, and that's sniffed out very nicely by the Delmar defense.
Yeah, nice job by the defense.
That's number 34, Brooks Parker. He saw that thing the whole way.
He was not fooled. I think they lost a yard.
They did. They lost about 2 yards, 2nd and 12. But I like what Coach Ryan's doing here, taking some shots, taking some chances through the passing game. It's something that they haven't really done much this year. They haven't had to, but they're going to have to do it at some point. And why not now? Aline in the slot now to the right side, trips to the near. Deal